June 23 around 2:30. So it's sunny here, cloudy up into the west. So I'm just gonna check the charging rate into the battery. It's hot and muggy. Let's see how this thing is charging. I have to figure out what these number means. I'll figure it out later. So now it's 25.5. It's like it's not charging at all. Honestly, charging rate is 5 amps and it's sunny. And it's 25 volts. So I'm gonna go up the roof and see what's going on. I mean, that's 125 watts going into the system. This is not the input voltage to the inverter from the solar panel is not good. So I'm gonna go up the roof and see what's going on. So I'm off the roof. The big one and this one is being used to charge the inverter. The other three new ones I didn't. So I'm gonna check the voltage here. I think there is an IR loss. When I'm saying IR loss, I'm not saying infrared. E is equals to current times resistance, E being voltage. So when there's current flowing through wires, there's an IR loss, a voltage drop in other words. So I'm just going to measure what that voltage drop here, or what is the voltage here. I already know it's down there is 25 volts. So what is the voltage here? So voltage I'm measuring, just poke the cable here. The voltage here is 32 volts. So I'm not getting the voltage I need from here. Oh, that sucks. So I'll move the cable to the other new solar. So I connected the cable to the new panel. The solar panel are pretty hot. So when they get pretty hot, the efficiency, there's a loss to efficiency. So if it's cold, then there's an improvement to efficiency, so over 100%. So hot solar panel loss of efficiency. I don't know what the loss is, but it's pretty hot. So when, quite frankly, if you ever want to do these things, don't put them on top of the roof. They'll just get hot. Put them at ground level where it's cool. So we're gonna measure the voltage now. So the voltage remains, it didn't improve. The problem here is if I add another panel, then the BOC for 4 panels would be fairly high, over 80 volts. But I think if it's connected before sun, then the BOC will be effectively not at 80 volts. So tomorrow, when the sun is low, I'm gonna add these one more panel and then see what happens. I need to monitor the voltage over time, of course. But there's an IR loss. So being at 32 volts and downstairs is 25 volts. But anyway, let me go down to ground level and see what the voltage at that level is. So I'm back at the ground level. I'm just gonna see using the solar, what it looked like. So that's 6 amps, so 1 amp better. And the PV here is 25. So there is an IR loss from 32, there's an IR loss of 5 volts. So that's the thing about this cable I bought. So to explain. So the cable I bought, when I was wiring up the solar yesterday, the cable I noticed had lots of corrosion. And when I cut the copper, there's lots of corrosion, and you can literally, it literally was disintegrating, and it really really bad. So the property of this copper is no good. This is 4 square millimeter. You can buy them 4 square millimeter, and you can buy them in 6 square millimeter. 6 will give you higher current. This was for 32 amps. Unfortunately, sadly, it's no good. So I will have to procure a better cable. And you ask, what might that be? So a better cable is actually these singles. They are tin plated. This is not tin plated. Tin plated has that silver color look to it. So the tin protects the copper. So don't use this. In fact, when you see this from Lazada and they're super cheap, it's super cheap for a reason. These insulation break down rapidly under UV. I didn't show it up on the roof, but it's slowly disintegrating, and over time it would short. So note to yourself, don't buy this kind. Buy these. They are double insulated. This outer sleeve, and then there's an inner sleeve. I didn't show that from when I was assembling this part, figuring people who does this job knows what they're doing. So if you don't know, listen to my advice. Up to you. So this is what a double sleeve look like. Sleeve, and then the inner sleeve protecting the conductor. Again, I'll show you what is a good conductor is. So this is a good conductor. It's tin plated copper. So when you're looking at Lazada and say, well, you ask, is it tin plated? If they say no, then don't buy it, because it will end up like this, corroded, and will disintegrate badly, leaving you with a problem in the future. It'll just appear. Someday your system is working, and then all of a sudden it's on fire. It's because there's so much IR loss here. It heats up. In fact, that cable is heating. I was surprised. Anyway, I shouldn't be surprised. So, good luck. Thanks for watching.